And we're back. This is Smarks, Spotmonkeys, and Superkicks. If you're watching on YouTube, this is part 2 to this week's episode. I'm going to not be as controversial. We got all that controversial, crazy shit out of the way. If you didn't get mad and decided that you were going to join cancel culture and not listen to any more of my show, welcome back. Glad you're here with us. I appreciate you. It's been quite a quiet week in wrestling after all that craziness last week, though.
Yeah, I mean, kind of was just regular. It was just kind of people went to a normal week of wrestling.
We've got a couple matches set for TakeOver, which next week we'll have our preview of it. We've got TakeOver right now in your house. We've got Adam Cole defending the title against the Velveteen Dream. We're going to have Keith Lee versus Johnny Gargano for the North American title. We're going to have Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley versus Io Shirai for the NXT Women's title. Karrion Kross with Scarlett will take on Tommaso Ciampa, and Damian Priest will take on Finn Balor. It's probably going to be the whole show.
Probably. Maybe they might do, what was that? That was 5, right?
It's usually
that 5 matches. So they might get one more in.
Tag team title match, maybe?
Maybe. No, they might. Well, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what else to do. Those are the big 5, like, main storylines going on right now.
Yeah.
You don't really have, like, the tag titles belong to Imperium right now, so I don't even know if they even have challengers right now. Because they took them from Riddle and Thatcher, and then that was it.
I think if we get anything added to it, it will probably be something else with Timothy Thatcher and Matt Riddle.
Maybe. Although that was supposedly their cage match last night was supposed to be the last one.
Yeah. We'll see. I still haven't watched that yet. I'll watch that all tonight.
Because Riddle's supposed to go to the main roster.
I heard that too, yeah.
We'll see, though.
Let's talk about the main roster.
They're talking about going to SmackDown, which is dumb. You should go to Raw.
Let's talk about the main roster real quick. This is what I saw the main roster and I'm psyched about. Austin Theory being taken out of that group with Angel Garza and Andrade, and now being with the Monday Night Messiah and Buddy Murphy. And we know that I hate Seth, but I like Austin Theory. So that's my guy. I'm not wearing my Austin Theory. It's funny. I'm actually wearing an old school Andrade shirt today.
Yeah.
But I'm an Austin Theory guy. I've been an Austin Theory fan since Evolve. Him and I have had numerous conversations, like not anything on the record, and just shooting the shit. At every Evolve show, I'd probably shoot the shit with him for half an hour. That's my guy. He's the future in the WWE. He's got a great thing ahead of him, so I enjoy seeing him in that spot. And I think him and Murphy could be a very successful team if they use them as a tag team.
Yeah, I like them together.
Yeah, I think that's good. One of the few things that I like going in WWE right now, because a lot of WWE is just bullshit.
Yeah.
But that I do like. I think that's I'm interested to see where they go with it, especially coming into this Backlash pay-per-view and what happens with their whole thing. And
are they called the Disciples, maybe, I guess? Are they Disciples?
I think so. They'll just be the Disciples.
They could call themselves the Disciples.
I like that. I think that would be a good name.
Murphy and Theory, the Disciples. What happened to AOP? They just like kind of.
One of them's injured.
They weren't really doing much anyways.
One of them got injured, so that's why I haven't seen them anymore. They kind of just fell off of their whole crew because one of them's injured, and instead of them just using one of them, they're just keeping them both off TV.
I suppose, yeah. I mean, I don't know what was the injury.
I don't know.
Half the time they just were walking around in suits and beating people up. So.
Yeah, so they weren't even really, which was dumb.
Right.
We talked about that before and how I don't understand why you put the tag belts on Murphy and Rollins when you had a tag team.
When you have a perfectly good tag team right there. Maybe if you did, one of them wouldn't be injured.
Maybe. So Razar is the one that's injured. He took this is dated back to March. He suffered a torn right bicep during the March 9th Raw on the USA Network. It occurred when Razar took a crossbody from Montez Ford during the 8-man main event on the show.
How do you tear your bicep for taking? What, you catch them like this or something? Like how do you tear your bicep when you catch somebody in a crossbody?
Seth Rollins always is involved with somebody being injured.
Anyway.
I had to find an opportunity to get on Seth Rollins. I can't stand him. But another good thing that just happened this week on Raw was Apollo Crews finally getting himself some gold and winning the U.S. title.
Yeah. Give it to a black guy.
You see a push coming for him. I heard they're going to give him a heel push, which I'm behind. I can get behind him being a heel.
I can see that. Although I don't really agree with it though, just because I think Raw is hurting for
Faces?
yeah.
Sure.
Other than Drew, especially main event faces. You don't really have a main event other than Drew.
But Apollo Crews isn't going to be a main event face.
No. But I'm saying
there are a lot of mid card heels.
Yeah, there's just a lot of heels on that show.
A lot of heels in general. Yeah. But I think Apollo Crews needs something to freshen him up. So I think if he turns heel, it'll be good. He's just he's always smiling and
put him with MVP.
Seriously, it's funny because the indie guys love him. That you know what his name was in the indies, right?
I forget.
Uha Nation.
Oh yeah, that's right.
One of the dumbest names ever in professional wrestling. I think the only person that I would think has a dumber name is G Raver. I can't stand G Raver.
G Ravy.
Hate that guy. Wrestling's gonna come back in Japan. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I did see that. I wonder if I can see him putting Apollo Crews with MVP.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. Put him in Bobby Lashley and MVP. Forget about that tag team or whatever. I guess you could put the tag team with him. Beatdown Clan 2.0. Obviously, you'd have to give him a different name.
Right.
Put that together. Bring Joe back and put Joe with them.
Yeah, I mean, I can see Joe. I think Joe's going to be, if he ever stops being hurt, I think he's going to be a major face finally on Raw. Because I think he's going to join. I think he's going to join up with that Aleister Black and Carrillo and Rey Mysterio kind of thing, where he's going to he'll be the hired gun to take care of Seth Rollins and his disciples, because I just think right now they're just they don't have a main face to go with that crew. I mean, they're trying to make Rey Mysterio, but it's Rey Mysterio, no.
I was so happy on Monday night when I saw the graphic that this coming week on Raw was going to be Rey Mysterio's retirement ceremony.
Yeah, but he's not going to retire.
I was so happy when I saw it, and then I started reading into it, and I said, and I read that it's going to be hosted by Seth Rollins.
Right. It's going to return. No, he's just coming back. He'll come back and he'll set up a 6-man tag at freaking, what is it, Backlash? It'll be Seth and his disciples versus Carrillo, Black, and Mysterio. And that's what it'll be.
I hate it.
At Backlash. That's what it'll be. A 6-man tag.
I'm not even a fan of Aleister Black at all. It's funny because I like Tommy End. Tommy End's a great wrestler.
Right.
Aleister Black, because this character just sucks. It's just a garbage.
I'm not really that excited about what could be for Backlash. I mean, Drew versus Bob with Lashley's just going to be. I mean, Drew's winning. He's not losing, so that's not going to be a big deal. You're going to have that 6-man most likely. You're going to have Edge and Orton trying to think they can wrestle on the greatest
match ever. Can we just talk about no one's ever said that's the greatest match ever? Stop.
And they're going to promote the shit out of it. Dude, this is not going to be a good wrestling match. It's not. They're freaking.
I decided to call it, to label it the greatest match ever.
Probably Michael Cole. It's a Vince McMahon thing, but it's dumb. It's so stupid.
They're not even great wrestlers.
That match is gonna suck. It's not. They're not great wrestlers. Randy Orton can be good when he gives a shit. Edge is just old and not good enough anymore.
I'd rather see Sting versus Jeff Hardy in a match where Jeff Hardy showed up freaking wasted.
Yeah.
It'll be a better match than this greatest
Right.
wrestling match.
You're gonna have probably the Street Profits and the Raiders.
Finally.
Yeah. Trying to think of what I mean. Those are your main stories on Raw. I mean, you'll have the women's tag titles, the Iconics and Bliss and Cross, and Asuka and Nia Jax.
Yeah, it'll be subpar.
Yeah, it'll be something to be like, because there's no way now they're gonna give the belt to Nia Jax. You know. So I'm not really. So I mean, that's the tentative. I mean, I'm just kind of thinking off the top of my head what the probably is going to be. That's probably the tentative card, and it's not that great.
That's how I feel about that card.
It's just like okay, great, yay, wonderful.
Except it won't be wonderful at all.
Yeah, it won't be. But whatever.
It's gonna be one of those things that put you to sleep.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're gonna need to get your gimmick up.
Right.
What are some Blue Chew?
There you go. Blue Chew.
Get your gimmick up, son. Yeah, I don't know. Just it's ridiculous. It's really, really ridiculous. All this dumb shit going on. I don't know. I'm not feeling much that WWE's doing lately.
Not right now, no.
And AEW has just really become very comedy oriented, which is funny because, like we were talking earlier, Adam Levine called them the Comedy Central Company.
Yeah, I mean, AEW is good. The problem is that every time that you think they're ready to bust ahead, they do something stupid to pull themselves back in. Like, come on, man.
The messed up part about it is when they came out, Tony Khan said it wasn't going to be comedy. It was going to be they were going to show wrestling as a legitimate sporting event.
Yeah, and I think they do that to a degree, but then they I don't know, they trip over themselves.
Do a stadium stampede match.
Yeah, I mean they do a stadium stampede match, which was great, a great match. But then they follow it up with some hokey end of show segment with freaking the Inner Circle, and then bring out Tyson and all his goons, and think that we don't remember when WWE did this 20 years ago. The exact fucking thing, including and even so far as having Jim Ross say the exact same thing he said 20 years ago.
I can't wait to watch that tonight.
We all know what it's so dumb. It's you don't need to do this. There's no reason for it at all. It doesn't fit. It's you did so well at Double or Nothing, and you're jumping forward. You're giving chances to guys. Yeah, Cody is going to defend the TV title every week. Awesome. His first opponent's going to be Jungle Boy. Great. Give the kid a chance to show off again. He's going to lose, but
makes no sense because Jungle Boy just lost to MJF. So how does he get a title shot?
Yeah, but then he won a battle royal last night. Oh. So he won the battle royal to win the chance to face Cody. But then you should have. But so that's what I'm saying though. So if your idea was to have to kind of build up Jungle Boy, don't have him lose to MJF and then win the battle royal. You should have beat MJF and then won the battle royal and be like, oh crap, Jungle Boy's on the move.
Yeah.
But now you're just going to feed him to Cody because Cody's going to beat him.
Presenting it like a legit sporting event, which is what they're doing. That's my biggest downside with what they're doing there. And I like AEW. People get, you don't like it.
I don't mind them. But I just think they do
because I call out bullshit when I see bullshit. I don't care where it is. I don't care who.
They trip over themselves.
Tony Khan does it. Cody does it. Court Bauer does it. I don't care who does it. If it's garbage, it's garbage.
Right, and they trip over themselves every once in a while. It's come on, man! You guys have a chance here, and then you do something dumb. It's no. No. Yeah. And then you so you brought in Brian Cage, great, wonderful, awesome. He wins the ladder match,
He's getting job.
and then he's immediately going to face Dean Ambrose at frickin' or Moxley at Fighter Fest, and he's going to lose. So it's like, well, that was a waste.
But have you noticed that they just do that?
Yeah, no, that's the problem. That's what I'm saying. Like they do
Cody
things
Lee
like
shows
that.
up.
They
Jobs.
right.
Lance Archer shows up. Jobs to the TV title, to the TNT title, to Cody.
Right.
You could go through the list of people that showed up and made an impact when they showed up in AEW, and then jobbed.
Right, and that's the problem. And they just do that. They trip over themselves. Like, come on, man. Like, you have a chance here.
Didn't think about and didn't realize. I don't care what they say that they're gonna do. The Elite want to be sitcom stars.
Yeah.
Like they were great at one point. I used to love the Elite. Then they started being the Elite. And being the Elite was cool at first because it was kind of a documentary series of them, talking to the fans after shows and doing stuff in the back. And then they went from it being kind of a documentary and following what they were doing to now scripted, dumb comedy shit. It's like Three's Company.
Episode. Right. Yeah.
I'm dating myself saying that show, but it's like Three's Company.
But it's true.
Right.
It's like, it's like having the Young Bucks like show up at Matt Hardy's house. It's like, and not only that, you're ruining the element of surprise by doing shit like that. Like you're ruining your own chances of making things like huge by doing stupid shit like that. It's like, no, like don't go that route.
They think they're being different and making wrestling for everybody.
But you're not, though.
Instead of doing dumb shit that shouldn't be there. And I think that's what hurts AEW the most is that you got the Elite who's not worried about being wrestlers. They're not worried about being wrestlers.
Right.
They just want to be these television comedy stars. And that's it.
Like you said,
when that gets fixed, it'll be a much better product.
Right. AEW, they just do dumb things like they had a match, like a Double or Nothing. It's Private Party of the Best Friends to become the number one contenders. And then randomly, freaking, what's his name? Kip Sabian and Jimmy Havoc randomly won a tag match last night against SCU and now have a tag title shot next week. It's like, isn't Best Friends number one contenders? Like, why do you guys get a title shot?
Mm-hmm.
It's dumb. It's like, and that's what I said a long time ago about their.
So they'll get their shot at Fighter Fest, and Best Friends will. I mean, and Kenny and Hangman will win next week on AEW.
But it's just like, I don't know. It's just like you trip over yourself when it comes to like all these when you talk about rankings and who's number one, blah 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 blah, like, and then turn around and then they'll follow through. Right? It's like, well then, why are you sitting there promoting it if you're just not going to follow it anyways? What's the point of having it?
It's good shit, pal.
Just let anyone do whatever they just do it anything. So at least like, and then so Cody's going to be the one who's going to give people, opportunities. Okay, he's going to face Jungle Boy, maybe go to a draw, probably go to a draw, and and then he'll face someone else, and he'll go a couple weeks in a row, he'll face people, and then he'll end up losing to somebody.
Hey, look at this though. They waited 6 months before the Elite became in the spotlight and main eventing every single thing.
It's true. It is true. They didn't push themselves. They haven't really.
Remember we said that we weren't going to do this? Yeah, no, we're the tag team champs.
Right.
We're the TNT champ. We're in the main event against the Inner Circle. We're
true. The Buck. At least I'm glad they don't they haven't really been pushing the Bucks. Like they're kind of like, they didn't put the tag belts on the Bucks like I thought they were going to. In the beginning, I thought they would have put the belt on the Bucks, and would have just been, they would just be champions for all this time instead of Omega and Hangman.
Yeah, but it's the same difference to me. I'm like, so you didn't put it on the Bucks, instead you put it on Omega and Hangman. I'm like, you just thought you were being cute.
Shoot.
They're not being cute.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about. I had said last week that we were going to talk about this week, so I want to talk about Dark Side of the Ring. It was announced today that Dark Side of the Ring has been picked up for a third season, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Awesome.
I still haven't watched the Owen Hart episode.
Really? Oh, come on.
I've just been busy. I haven't really had time to. I'll watch that. I'm moving. So I'm moving this weekend. You already know that. Hopefully you come down and help me on Sunday. So I've had so much other stuff going on that I haven't been able to give that the time that I need to give it. Because I don't want to watch that while I'm like doing other stuff. I want to be able to sit down and pay good attention to it. But I'm excited for a third season. They haven't announced what they're going to do in the third season. Now, if any of you guys haven't watched Dark Side of the Ring, I suggest you watch it. It's great. It's like I got my girl into it because my girl likes documentaries, and she's a wrestling fan. So I showed her that, and she was just like, "Oh, the first one we watched was Macho Man and Elizabeth," and she loved it. Then we watched Fabulous Moolah. She was like, "This is great. Are there more?" So we started. We've watched almost everyone. She hasn't watched everyone from this season, but we've watched almost every single one of them.
I've watched.
I have the only one I haven't seen myself is the Owen Hart one.
Oh,
Every other one I've seen since the first season, but season 3 is going to be interesting. I can't wait until they announce what it's going to be about, like what the season will be on, like who they're going to put into it.
I wonder what they would talk about. I don't know. Trying to think
It's
like
going to be things that we wouldn't even think of, or things that when they say it, like, oh, that's great. I didn't think of that one.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot we could talk about. You could go further into Eddie Guerrero. You could talk Mr. Perfect.
I think they probably would. They'll probably do something about Mr. Perfect. Maybe Ravishing Rick Rude. Who's a big one?
That's a good one. Brian Pillman.
Brian Pillman's a good one. Brian Pillman's a great one.
Crazy story.
Yeah. I could see them going into the whole steroid court stuff with Vince. I could see him doing that one. I could see them doing. I don't know if they're going to, but I could see them going into some WCW stuff.
Yeah.
And how much like of a shit show WCW was towards the end. Especially in playoff, maybe that Cornette and Russo like butting heads all the time because they hate each other. I don't know. It's true. I mean, it's fascinating. There's a lot of things they could do.
There's so many things they could. Just the fact that so many guys in the 80s passed away.
Oh yeah.
Like most of them under shady circumstances and things happen. There's going to be so much stuff that they can dig into, and I feel like half of what they bring up is going to be like, oh shit, I didn't think of that.
There's a lot of shady things just like watching all those episodes, like between, Miss Elizabeth was killed by Lex Luger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like.
I knew that. I don't know if you knew that, but I knew that.
Yeah, Jimmy Snugger killed his wife or killed his girlfriend.
Oh, definitely.
The fact that nobody was around or nobody saw or heard that Dino Bravo was killed by the mob, like in his own home. It was like there was.
You didn't know that?
No, I knew that. What I'm saying is in that episode, if you notice in that episode, his wife mentions that she went next door when she came home. So in the story went that she left the house at 9. Dino was alive. When she comes back around midnight, he's dead. Now the neighbor, his like friend or whatever, the neighbor that they had talked about, I can't remember his name. She had mentioned that she went over to his house when she came home and found him dead. And she went to the neighbor's house and said, "Hey, Dino's dead." And he said that he had been home all night. I was like, so you've been home all night and you didn't hear a guy people go into Dino Bravo's house and hear a machine gun being shot off inside the house next door?
It was a machine gun.
It was killed by a machine gun. Yeah, go back and watch the episode. He was killed with a machine gun. He was shot like 9 times, including and there was a machine gun and a hand revolver used in the shooting. They meshed the bullets and found out that it was one using Uzi because it was the common gun
It's
for
not a
that.
machine gun. It's an Uzi. I guess yeah,
What
it's
do you
kind of
mean?
almost a
Like,
machine gun.
my point is that it was a loud gun. My point is like, so that guy never heard anything going on.
Can you get a silencer for an Uzi?
I don't know. There was no, like, the way the report went is that the guys went into the house. He was sitting in the chair. They got in front. They went off and just pretty much just went off on him. Shot him, I think, like 9 times, something like that. Left him for dead. Left the house. And the neighbor never heard any of this, and he was home the entire night. And the wife was only gone for like 3 hours. So sometime in that 3-hour window, these 2 guys went to his house, went into like you see like cars.
You had to know they were there. You know what I mean? Because even if they came in, like you wouldn't have stayed sitting in your chair like you was.
Oh, he knew. Yeah, he definitely right. Exactly. He knew the 2 guys, and like that episode was just like that one. I had like questions about that episode. Even the episode like with Benoit, like spending 2 days in his house over the weekend with his dead son and dead wife, like in the house with him, just walking around his house with his like dead wife, like
Crazy.
in the kitchen, like it's crazy. Like he killed his son on a Friday, killed his wife on a Saturday, killed himself on Sunday. So he literally like sat around in his house for 2 days with their 2 dead bodies.
Crazy. If you guys haven't watched it, go watch it. You'll be like, if you're a wrestling fan, if you like history, wrestling history, go watch it. There's some crazy shit.
Yeah.
The whole Moolah thing, wicked questionable. I'm like, was she really doing that or was she not? Because it was just kind of, I don't think there was evidence either way to say this is definitely how she was.
The one where the episode where what's his name? I can't remember all the names. The guy that was killed in the locker room, Tony in front of Tony Atlas.
Oh, what the hell is his name? Bruiser Brody.
Yeah, Bruiser Brody, right. So Bruiser Brody's killed by freaking the masked, whatever his name was. He just literally just stabbed right in the locker room and no one says a word.
Except for Tony Atlas?
Except for Tony Atlas, and
I tried to tell him what's going on, and he didn't want to listen. He's like, I tried to tell them, and he didn't want to listen to me.
Right.
Like,
It was a big cover-up because, like, the Puerto Rican, I can't remember his name. Like, the Puerto Rican star was, like, the main guy down in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And so it was a big cover-up. They didn't even call Tony Atlas to testify.
Yeah.
They just called it I think they called it suicide or I never found the guy.
Like he was defending himself?
Right. Yeah, exactly. And he just literally just stabbed in the locker room. No one says a word. Like crazy. All the random deaths of the Von Erichs.
That was interesting. That episode was interesting. I think to me, I mean, and I knew about most of their deaths.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that they had a 6-year-old brother that died before any of this.
Right.
And that was crazy. He's like, oh, my 6-year-old brother comes home, and he was walking, and it was snowing out, and he touched a trailer, and there had been a loose wire, so he got shocked. And he didn't die from being shocked. After he got shocked, it knocked him unconscious, and he fell face first into the snow, and he drowned in the snow.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Seriously. It's awful. And
But,
so, yeah.
I'm looking forward to season 3. I don't know. They just announced a season. They picked him up for a 3rd season. I don't know when we're going to hear what's going to be on it. It might not even be till the season comes out because I feel like even this one, I didn't know that.
I didn't know about
Hawk was going to be in it. That we
right.
Which, by the way, out of all of them, that was one of the lesser ones. Like that one wasn't really that crazy.
The Hawk one?
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy just drank himself to death.
Yeah.
He just did. He just drank himself and drugs and alcohol until he died. So his heart gave
like crazy. It wasn't like, what's his name? The guy, the promoter that was just doing coke in his friggin' in his hotel room with strippers and a baseball bat.
Yeah. I didn't know that Chavo was the one that found Eddie Guerrero in the bathroom.
I didn't know that either.
I didn't know that. Like, I didn't realize he was the one who had found him in the bathroom. And like, I was actually surprised they did both. I was surprised they did both of those guys on the same episode.
Together. Well, it was that connection. Like I feel like Benoit wouldn't
Yeah.
have happened like
Right.
did.
But
If Eddie
yeah, I guess
didn't
that's
die.
true. One did kind of lead to the other, so it made sense. So yeah, it made sense they were together. I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, I wasn't either. But
Yeah.
it was good. I'm looking forward to the next season and what we get from it. Like it's gonna be cool. I'm upset that I don't have that to watch. I mean, Tuesdays I still do Impact. I'm gonna try Carneyland again. I don't think I'm gonna like it. I think it's gonna be.
I haven't tried it.
You have it? Check it out. It's NWA. It's just like Power, but it's Carneyland. It's almost like it's similar to what the WWE did, and not like very, very similar, but it's kind of similar. It has similarities to what the WWE did with Southpaw Regional Wrestling.
Okay.
So it's got that kind of a feel to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all right. It's different. And I feel they were just trying to do something to kind of keep themselves relevant. So it was whatever. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully it doesn't last too long and we get back out of this and we can get some wrestling going on. I'm excited that we're going to start having some shows in Japan because I'm starting to really miss Japanese wrestling because of all the shit that they're giving us right now in America.
Yeah. Interesting. I wonder if they'll have fans.
Well, Japan's not going to have fans at first. They're going to do empty arenas, and then it's going to go to half full arenas.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that we still get to go to freaking Dynamite. Like the way that things are looking, I think we might get there, dude. I think
so far so good. I mean, I think we'll know for sure. Probably, I would say I'd say by the end of next month, if we haven't heard anything, it's got to be going on.
Because I feel like July is going to be okay, we're back out here, but we're going to do things halfway.
Yeah, and I think so too.
60% capacity at events in July. And I think by August, we're going to be back to, okay, guys, do your thing.
I think so too. I agree. I don't think, like all this stuff about things like all going to be like, we're not going to have people in the stands for months. It's like, no, you're not. Because you're not, like as soon as a lot of those sports and stuff, all these sports start coming back, and they realize they're not they're not making any money, as much money as they could be because they don't have any fans, they're going to automatically open it up because they're like, dude, we're not making any money. We're only making money on like the amount of money it's costing us to run a game in an arena. We're basically breaking even between how much we got to pay the players and what we have to do, the cost to run the arena. Basically, we're gonna have to start having fans like right away. I agree. And then and all you have to do is just like make masks for like make Red Sox masks, make fucking Bruins masks, make Celtics masks. You know what I mean? Just give them the fans when they come in. Here's your mask. You know how many people I would rock a freaking Celtics mask or a Bruins mask? I'll rock an AEW mask if they give them out.
You might just have $1 million idea.
Yeah.
We should just make Celtics masks, Red Sox masks, and Bruins masks and go sell them outside of arenas.
Right. We should make exactly. Just make freaking a mask. And
like people sell those T-shirts when you're walking to Fenway. This T-shirt, the guy's selling the T-shirts out there.
Right.
Masks.
I bought a T-shirt. I bought a T-shirt from that guy before outside of a Bruins game. I got like a $15 T-shirt outside of a Bruins game that was like made. I was like, oh, that's a great shirt. I'm gonna grab it. Like, yeah, just like give people masks. Like that's all you gotta do. I was like, here, how's your mask? This whole social distancing thing and staying 6 feet apart. It's not gonna work. It'll work for a little while, and then eventually it's just gonna be like, dude, you're not gonna be able to pull this off.
The big concern is if we do get a second wave, and I just hope if we get a second wave, it happens in October.
We're not gonna get a second wave because the only way we'll have a second wave is if they don't want to have the medicine ready for the fall. Like they want to have the second wave to push the medicine.
Vaccination?
You know what I mean? Yeah, the vaccination shit. Yep. Exactly what it's going to be. It's like, oh, we're doing the second wave. Well, it just so happens that we have this new vaccine we've just created. I was like, oh, you didn't have that ready a month ago? No, it's just finished now. I was like, oh, so we could have avoided that wave over there if you'd just given us a vaccine a month ago, but you wanted to hold off because you wanted to push to have your vaccine, because that's what.
Whatever, I don't care as long as I get to go to Dynamite. Wrestling's not for everybody. Get over it.
As long as we get to go to Dynamite, and number one, and number two, as long as the NFL isn't really affected at all. Which it does. It looks
and I'm
like
still thinking if that happens, I'm still gonna look into NXT Takeover.
Yeah.
If we get Dynamite, I'm gonna look into Takeover and see if we can get Smarks gonna be at Takeover, because that's gonna be in Boston SummerSlam weekend.
Are they still doing that takeover there?
As far as right now, it has been canceled.
Because they moved SummerSlam, didn't they? So they haven't moved.
Did they? I don't think they officially moved it, have they?
I thought they mentioned that SummerSlam was being moved, or the tentative plans for it to move. I assumed NXT was going with it.
If they move it, I don't think it's been moved. Let's see what.
Where would they do NXT? At the same arena?
Yeah, it's still. If you Google SummerSlam, it's August 23rd at TD Garden.
Huh.
So it hasn't been officially moved. They've been looking at it in case they can't have it. So looking to do it somewhere if they can't do it in Boston. But right now it's planned.
Providence
on Friday at the Garden.
Providence.
NXT Saturday at the Garden. SummerSlam Sunday at the Garden, and Raw Monday at the Garden.
I'm telling you, man.
Go online and buy 4-pack tickets to go to everything.
The smartest thing WWE would do, and this is like Vince, if you're listening, I know you're listening. You listen to this podcast. Smartest thing to do would be to throw as much money as you can at the Providence Civic Center in Providence, which is in Rhode Island, which is all of 45 minutes away from Boston, in a totally different state that has totally different rules than Boston, than Massachusetts does, and promote it as the first like full arena show, whatever, of the summer, and promote it that way. And you are going to make bank because you will sell out every single seat because it'll be the first thing that anyone can go to.
It's the only downside to that. They have the possibility to do it in Dallas, and Dallas is a bigger arena, so they could sell out.
True, but Dallas, but you gotta follow like the guidelines, the social guidelines. You know what I mean? Texas is still like, no, you can't have crowds. But Providence is like, but Rhode Island's like, yeah, you can have crowds, go right ahead. And you have it in Providence. And you don't have to move that.
I'd be for that, and I think that you'd get people that were going to go to the Garden that'll just go to the
exactly. Exactly. You don't lose tickets. People just move. If those tickets are good for Providence, they'll just go to Providence. You'll have to lose ticket sales. You can promote it as the first like big huge gathering of a sporting event with fans. It's in a state that's doing fine as opposed to this one where Baker cries every day on TV about how he can't see his dad. Like, oh, I can't see my dad. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up about the fact you can't see your fucking dad. Hey. My father lives 1,200 miles away. Like, the fact that you don't get to see your dad because you're afraid, it's not our problem. We don't care. So, like, you don't want to see your dad, then fine, don't see your dad. The rest of the world want to go see their parents. Yeah. So it's like, but I'm kind of tired of hearing him cry about how he can't see his dad all the time.
Fair enough. He cries on baby. He
cries on TV all the time, dude. Especially the beginning, dude. I swear he wants to break down and cry half the time. He really does. It's like, come on, man. So, but I could see him being a bitch and fucking not allowing anything to happen.
Well, so he's already said that. They've already backtracked on what his original statement was, and they're leaving it up to the private venues.
Yeah.
He's gonna come down to the venues and what the venues want. So that's why I think Boston's gonna be like, yeah, no, we're gonna have SummerSlam. We have events planned.
I hope so. I hope they do because of the amount of money they're gonna make. And that's my point. It's all about the money. It's like, dude, you're gonna throw away like the possibility of making huge revenue.
And you gotta make huge revenue because it's 4 nights. It's not just like SummerSlam's going to be in the Garden, and then TakeOver's going to be in Providence, and this is going to everything's going to be the Garden. It's 4 nights of wrestling revenue. I don't see it unless they have to. I don't see it being canceled. I think SummerSlam
Yeah,
will
exactly. You
in
think
Boston,
the Garden's just gonna
and I
right?
think that
The
Dynamite
Garden's not
will
gonna
have
throw away that. Right. The Garden's not gonna throw away that much revenue for the off chance that there might be problems with people getting sick. It's like, so then you just give everyone masks when they come in. Give out Boston masks. Give out SummerSlam masks. Give out freaking, hell, make masks of like, sell Bray Wyatt fucking masks.
That'd be cool.
You know what I mean? To have the Fiend face on the mask.
Listen, if SummerSlam happens, or maybe I might even do it for AEW Dynamite. You just gave me a brilliant idea. How great would it be to show up at Dynamite with a bunch of Smarks, Spotmonkeys, and Superkicks masks and just hand them out to people?
Right. Or like, yeah, and, or
just,
some
hey,
like,
a podcast, Smark, Spotmonkeys, and Superkicks here. We got masks for you guys. And
just freaking
the whole show, you're gonna see people rocking Smark, Spotmonkeys, and Superkicks masks. I'm looking at.
I would create some like AEW masks, so that if someone at AEW says, "Hey, where'd you get that mask?" "Oh, we made it. You want the prototype for it?" You know what I mean? We can make a deal. You want this? We made it. You can use it. You want to use it for to make a prototype for yourself, make some money? By all means. All we ask is that you give us a little bit of something on the side, and it's yours. You know what I mean? And just pass along.
Business. That's how business works.
Right.
Yeah.
We can talk about business. You want one? Sure. I'll give you the here's the prototype. You're welcome to try it. Go ahead.
All good ideas and things that can be done to make sure all this stuff happens. And I think that people are going to be moving on to this and making these things happen. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we've already slowly moved on because we're back into systemic racism again.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, we're back to racism. Good.
Yep.
COVID-19 starting to go down. It's like, we got to ramp up something else. Let's ramp up the racism.
Yep.
Let's get show videos.
Ready? As messed up as it is, it's a good sign because we're moving on from COVID.
True. Yeah. I mean, racism, it sucks, but racism's not going to kill you.
Well, tell that to that guy. Tell that to George.
Racism's only going to kill you if you're black. If you're white, it's not going to kill you. If you're black, it's going to kill you. But like COVID-19, if you're black, it's going to kill you.
It sucks. If you're black, just everything kills you. That's just how it
works. If you're black, COVID-19 and white people kill you.
Yeah.
No, sorry. I mean,
COVID-19 and white people will kill you black.
But that's okay because after you die.
I was saying controversial shit today. No, Mike just destroyed all my controversial shit by saying that COVID-19 and white people kill black people.
It's true. Because, it's okay, though, because after you die, just hundreds of your friends will just go and loot a store. Because why not?
I already said, one of my buddies today posted something and said, if you were to get killed by the cops, what store would you want?
What store do you want your friends to loot? I would say Best Buy.
No.
You get some good shit
I'm a different type of individual. I want Titan Towers to be looted. And I want to see I want to be looking down from heaven, watching somebody running up the street with that Tyrannosaurus Rex head from Vince McMahon's office.
Yeah.
Because that's me as fuck. That's me. That's what I want to see.
Right.
I get killed by a cop. I get killed by some shit. Go raid Titan Towers.
Go raid Best Buy.
Titan Towers. That's me.
It's tons of electronics.
I guess. Titan Towers.
Go raid.
I'll enjoy watching Titan Towers from heaven more.
Yeah. Go raid Bed Bath and Beyond.
But anyway, we're going long. This second part is longer than the first part. So let's kind of wrap this show up, put a bow on this thing, and get it all pretty and ready to go. Next week we will be covering NXT TakeOver. We're going to do our TakeOver preview, the pit stop show, and then TakeOver's happening on the Sunday, which is weird. It's usually on the Saturday. It's going to be on the Sunday.
Yeah, next Sunday.
Following that, we will have a review show, which will happen right after TakeOver goes off the air that night, just like I did the last one. Mike, if you want to do it with me, you can do it with me. If not, I'll find someone will do it with me, and we'll have a little review show. If you missed our Flashback Friday, actually, yeah, if you missed our Flashback Friday, I almost thought, wait, no, you didn't. So if you listen to this on the podcast, Flashback Friday dropped yesterday. If you're watching this on YouTube, I always drop this early. Flashback Friday drops in a couple hours. So make sure you check that out. This week, we did, what did we do this week? We did HBK versus the Bulldog for the WWE Championship at In Your House Beware a Dog from 5/28/96. Next week's episode is going to be Hulk Hogan versus Sergeant Slaughter in a Desert Storm match at Madison Square Garden, June 3rd, 1991. So that'll be our Flashback Friday for next week. So if you're listening to this on a regular podcast, check out the one that dropped yesterday. If you're watching this on YouTube, you might be seeing it before it drops. Either way, go find it. And next week, next week is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that match. I've never seen that match.
Yeah, me either. Never heard of it.
So it'll be fun for us to watch a Desert. I have no idea what a Desert Storm match is. I have no clue. But we're going to break it down. We're going to watch it, break it down for you, and have some fun talking about that match. And then we'll have our pit stop show next week. It's going to be a great week of action from the Smarks. Mike, before we get out of here, anything you want to say? Anything you want to tell people to do, to watch, to whatever? I think you froze on me. He just shook his head and didn't say anything. I lost Mike. Hopefully we get him back. Well, he's frozen. He didn't have anything. I asked him if anything he wanted to say, and he decided to freeze on me. So,
I think you froze.
Oh, you're back now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think you froze.
No, you froze. Maybe we both froze. I don't know.
We both froze. Anyways, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is back. Sorry, last night.
Oh, really? I'll have to watch that.
Yep, first episode was last night. You missed
Sweet.
it. Other than that, that's about it.
Other than that, listen, I'm going to say one thing. I'm going to say one more thing going back to the Hana thing. Listen, we just have to be better. Be better. Like, don't be that person on Twitter or on Facebook that just doesn't understand that people are people. Just because you're an anonymous face hiding behind a keyboard and talking to somebody you don't know, understand that they're people too. Understand that those people are just like people that you actually know and talk to. Understand that a 22-year-old girl could have been your sister or your cousin or your girlfriend or your brother's girlfriend, or, just be smart when you think about that, and understand that people don't have the proper coping skills. And if you are in a situation where you know how to cope, use it. Like, people attacked Sunny this week because Sunny pointed out that she doesn't let that get to her, and like, she's trying to make it about her. To me, I thought that she was using it to speak on how we need to have coping skills. So I wasn't mad at her for it. I think the people that were are assholes, but it's whatever. If you have a coping skill, if you are better at coping with this type of shit, talk to people. If you know someone that doesn't, try to have a conversation with them about it. Tell them, hey, this is what I do. And hopefully they're not so unable to take criticism and other opinions, and they can understand what you're saying and use it to make themselves better and to be able to deal with this stuff. Other than that, let's just be better as people. I mean, it's crazy. We lost a really young person that there was no need for it to happen.
I agree.
That's my learning statement for the day.
There you go.
That's it. Other than that, like I said, I told you everything to watch coming up next week. And other than that, it's time for us to get the hell out of here. So until next time, I'm Sean Puff.
And I'm IK.
And this has been Smarks, Spotmonkeys, and Superkicks. Peace out. Big ups, Boston.